So we don't want to teach these men to get up. So when they want to get up, then all of a sudden there's toxic masculinity and all these other things. So then, I see so many women killing the zeal in these young men. The rambunctiousness that, if that's the real world, young man wants to be rambunctious, go out there and be wild and do things and figure things out. But this whole thing that suppress these young men and baby them, you're killing that drive. You're killing that dominant drive that he needs to be a man. So then once you suppress that young man and your daughters is out there, doing very well, then when he goes out there and meets another black woman, he ain't no good for her. And that's what's happening. But y'all are the same women that say, I can do better all by myself. Oh, we don't want no black man, but you pregnant by a black man. And then you raising your son to be the same kind of black man that every black woman is despising right now because the black man can't read. He can't lead. He's not aggressive. And these white parents and these Asian parents, they're telling their young men, get up. Some of these parents is leaving their kids in the forest for like 3 days and figuring out, like, look, be a man, be a leader. They're being taught that. So now you want to go ahead and do that. But the difference is you don't want to respect your men. So you want to go to other communities that respect their men at the same time. You want to be with a black man. And the thing is, like they're going to just choose you over their women usually. And the young man, y'all babying him. So now he's going around driving women's cars. He don't want to take care of no woman. He want to be 50-50. That's because the mama let him do all that. That's why when we even want to get with some single mom, I'll tell you why a lot of black men don't want to deal with single moms. It ain't because they even got kids all the time. It's just, when you want to start, working with the young men to where he need to be, y'all don't want to take no direction. Don't talk to my son like that. That's toxic masculinity. Okay, so then when your son, all right, fine, then you raise him. Then the son be out there, he be, dealing with other women, can't lead, can't do nothing. Then you get upset. I gotta get me another group of men now. Yeah, of course.
He hit on it, man. And a lot of times men do gotta see that, rest in peace to my grandfather. That's probably one of the first real and only real men I got to see when I was just growing up and seeing that. Mm-hmm. So if you don't get to see it and you're only raised by these women and your aunties and around your sisters and all your girl cousins, ooh, these men got it bad.
There you go. Yeah, because we grew up around dudes, like Gavin said, his grandfather is one of the only real men he had the luxury and privilege to observe growing up. And I got similar stories. We grew up around a lot of subpar men, and that's just extremely unfortunate. And I'm getting tired of, we grew up around some sorry ninjas. Sorry ninjas ain't worth a damn. I swear to goodness.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I hate that.
But I'm glad that y'all did the work so y'all could be good because y'all
exactly.
are amazing.
You see,
okay?
and that's why, and that's kind of the beginning of this these channels. Who was trying to let it be known that just because a couple twos and fews can make it through, with some sanity and some common sense, we do not recommend this journey to everyone. Knowing, what we had to do, how deep we had to dig as young men, as O'Shea said, trying to become a man, growing up under the gynocracy and subpar sorry ninjas. That is not a course you want to travel. That's not a good rite of passage. It's too detrimental.
Because we done had people in the past come up here and say, well, if y'all made it and y'all here, y'all doing this, why can't other young men follow the path that? And it's like, if you only knew, man.
Right.
But that's first of all, it's disrespectful to say that to a man, especially to a man, a real man that's been through some stuff. Don't come up here and say, well, you still here. Why can't everybody else make it? It's like, man.
I agree. I think it's horrible when people do that. I think that I feel like men like you who have been through that experience just really need, their flowers, and that's not easy at all. So yeah, I hate that.
Well, one thing the ladies touched on is a hard one to tackle, because speaking on, these homes where they have no fathers, because on one hand you have, we do understand that children need fathers in the home. I don't think any man would disagree with that. But then but something always in the back of my mind is that, will women who continue to do that ever change if they always know in the back of their mind somebody's willing to step in and fix it? What I'm getting is what I mean by that, Crystal, is that if you always know you have a fallback plan, do you have a reason to change?
No, that's why they be having, some of the women have all these kids because they know that they'll be covered. Like there's no consequence to being reckless, really.
I think that is like you said, Q, I think the women have to really hold other women accountable and kind of shame it. I don't know what other word to use, but really seriously let them know that it is a problem. The issue is, we can say that all day, but if you don't fix the mind of that woman, she just gonna pop out another baby once somebody tell her what she wants to hear. So I don't think that a man being a stand-up man should ever be shamed in any way, shape, or form. I would hope that their stepfather is smart enough to know who to give his guidance to. If this woman is silly-minded, like Keke Palmer, for example, keep it pushing. Find somebody like Pick Meek who would appreciate your leadership and your guidance for her son. So no, I just think that I think that the women have to shame it and correct them. And like you said, like O'Shea said, not throwing a baby shower every 5 minutes. Girl, you could do this. That's not going to help. That's what I'm saying.
What y'all think about the Shira 7 stuff where she's telling women not to date? And she said if she was 22, she wouldn't date black men. It take too long for us to get our stuff together.
Well, it's ludicrous because since if the average man, a black man is what 54,000, and the average white, or 54 now, and the average white like 55, and the average black man in the mid 40s, then what is she saying? Because what is she saying then?
That means a whole population of people are going to disappear, aka the working class, or it's just
Correct.
going to make life terrible because we're all going to be working too hard.
Right. I mean, fact of the matter is the way that this the world, or at least the United States, is set up is most people are in the middle class. Like that's how the system works. Like, so not everyone's going to be rich. That's going to be a very small amount. There's going to be most people in the middle, and there's going to be some people at the bottom. Like that's just it. So talking about it take too long to get it together. They're middle. They're doing average, just like everybody else. So
middle class is disappearing. I tell you, middle class is
think
vanishing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You mean disappearing now?
You got money.
Like you mean it's going to be poor, like more poor people?
Yes,
Poor,
they're going to divide the lines.
has to have
The lines are getting divided.
And the way she's speaking backwards. She's saying if I was younger, that means she's already realized that she done played her game out, and she's still at the same level she was 15 years ago. She hasn't moved up really. She's trying to scam her way at this point.
Well, here's the thing. Her situation is she's married to a man. She's speaking. She has an audience, and I'm telling you, she has 3,000 live viewers anytime she fire up a stream. She's speaking to a large audience of people. So she already got some simp guy that takes care of her. Now she's telling other women how to do it.
Right, and she's speaking to an audience of young women. I guarantee you, if you look at that audience, there's probably 21 to 40. And those are the women out here saying ain't no good man, but they're taking it in doctrine to say, I won't even cooperate at all. You give me everything. She speaks a lot. I guarantee you her husband is her guy just in the background. She's running everything. But the fact that she's out here teaching, I wouldn't date a black man. I wouldn't do this. You're speaking backwards. You should have thought about that at 20 years old. And at 20 years old, a black man, just like the women, they'll have a baby at 24 and say I was young. A brother, 21 years old, just now able to start going to a club in different environments, trying to get a good job. Oh, he's a lame. He's broke. That's the perfect time to connect with that guy. And think about it. Your conversations are going to be similar and different. A man, he got to think about work, getting up, locking the door. A lot of that women, and it's sad because now the women are they're following the rhetoric, and it's hurting the community at a detriment. And this is my last thing. All you single mamas that don't want y'all children, just go give them to the daddy. Make that man be a man and watch how he rise and raise up these boys and these girls to be strong. I guarantee. If you ever watched some of y'all may have watched Love. What's Love got to do with it? Anybody ever watched that?
That's
it's a
my
scene
favorite movie.
Follow that scene where Ike Turner's old woman or wife dropped them kids off and was gone and did her life. A lot of y'all want to do that life. Just take the kids to the man. Take him to the man. If he's a good man, he got his apartment, 2-bedroom, 1-bedroom. He'll sleep on the floor with his son. He'll show his son and daughter how to navigate through the mess that he made. And it's the greatest time right now. It's the greatest time. Drop them out. Drop them kids off. Y'all don't want them. Because y'all teaching them how to just come out here and be disrespectful.
They ain't gonna
Y'all
do that.
want them kids. Well,
Yeah, because Trey, that's a control mechanism. Keep
Well,
it
they ain't
but
gonna get their assistance though. Like
but they
they're
rely
not
on the
going to
government.
That
And
too.
the government, but the government, see, that's where the sisters don't pay attention. The government has already told y'all if y'all ain't going to school and you ain't working, you ain't
Oh
getting these
my
food stamps.
God.
Y'all going to get hungry out here. Y'all going to get hungry.
It's not even just
So
food stamps. In my
winter
state,
is here.
Ohio,
Winter
they
is here.
do not take Medicaid at our 2 major hospitals. The 2 major hospitals that get the most Black people patients no longer accept Medicaid. You know how many people out here scrambling? It's ridiculous in the county.
Wow.
They falling apart. Y'all better get
Find
married.
your husband. Find your
Right,
husband within the next 90 days. Don't go into the new year.
In the next
by
90
Valentine's
days.
Day. By Valentine's Day, a guy will marry you. If you this person that you present, he'll marry you. I
got some work to do. I'm a little angry. I gotta do
Me,
some
don't
more
be
work.
angry.
I'm
listen.
real angry. I've been real angry. I'm working on it though.
If you're angry, you're blocking any positive that can come in. Just
Yeah.
in
Anger
general.
It's the
is
devil. I
secondary.
already
It's
know.
sadness. Anger is secondary.
Yeah.
You can't be angry without being sad 1st.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly. I probably need to cry.
There you go. I wanted to say something about Shira7. She said, what is a guy gonna give you and you sleeping with him? And that's been a big talking point in this space. You know, a lot of these modern women make it seem like the act of physical intimacy is one-sided, and that rhetoric need to be killed. Yeah, it's an equal exchange. They need to stop acting like, you know, it's not. Yeah, that's one thing I want to touch on with that goofy woman.
Right.
I got a comment on that. So it's half and half. Like, yes, women like sex as much as men, but a good majority of the time, we only have sex based on who the man is and us wanting him. Women are sleeping with these men with hopes of getting what they want from them. So if men know that they're never going to give women, like if a woman is telling you she wants to be your woman and you know you're only going to use her for recreational usage, you shouldn't even use her, because in her mind, as soon as you drop the D, there's potential for you to be her man. There's no separating it for us. So it's just like, we have to build better standards. We should be more disciplined. I believe we all should be like, I don't want to be putting myself into exchanging energy with you if I don't see you around long term. So I do think we do need to do better with that.
So do you think that I get your comment and I agree with you. People should need to exercise discipline, but the ones who don't subscribe to chastity and stuff like that, you really think that they're going to not have sex with these men? And the men who are doing that, you think they will ever en masse tell you honestly what they think?
I mean, yes and no. Yes and no. And it seems like, I think when you look a certain way, it matters. I think when you're uglier, men tell you the truth. When you got a body men don't like, they let you know in a heartbeat, I would never make you my woman. You just gonna get this D and you're gonna go on your way. But when you cuter, they tell you different stuff like, no, I want to, like, you know, it's just real hard to meet a real good girl, knowing gosh darn well, as soon as you drop them draws, they deleting your number. So it's like, we need it. I don't know how we should do it, but it should be more rules. Women, I would just say the vagina is that's our power play. So if you hold that card, you need to be making sure that that man is truly invested into you before you spread them legs.
Nobody else hears this, huh? I'm the only one that hears this.
What you think about that,
Go ahead, Bees. I'm waiting on you.
I'm the only one that hears what she's really saying.
I'm missing
it. She's basically saying men should only wife pretty women. That's basically what she said.
If that's what you heard,
that's a piece.
Think about what she said. Think about what she said. She said niggas is honest to ugly chicks, but they lie to the pretty ones. The same ones who she said don't sleep with them if you know that you're not trying to be in a relationship and you know that's what they really want.